So the Game Pass patch finally dropped for the Bookwalker, so I was able to play that, which fixed that text bug. What?
I just really, for some reason, I misheard you, or I wanted to hear you different. I really want to say it, and I thought you said you played the Book Thief, and I just thought like, oh god, that'd be a really bad video game. Why would I enjoy playing the book? Have you read the Book Thief?
I have not, but I feel I remember what it's about. I think,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. There are some books that don't really need to be adapted to video game format. Yeah,
a book about child thieves in the Holocaust is probably one of them.
Unless you're going for the prestigious TGA Games for Impact Award.
Oh god, and you know I
am. So yeah, the Bookwalker. I think the concept of entering the stories of books to steal items from within them is a brilliant and very exploitable premise for a video game.
Pause, stop.
Yes.
Did they fix the patch where you can read stuff?
Yeah, that's the first thing I said. That's why I finally played it.
Okay.
Because Game Pass finally allowed the patch that fixed the text bug where the text went off screen. Yeah, I think the premise is very exploitable for a video game, going into books to steal stuff from them. The gameplay is like just good enough, pretty much just an adventure game with crafting elements and like very simple combat. No real challenge at all. In fact, if you die, you just get sort of reset to the beginning of the combat encounter with no punishment at all.
Right.
With full health, by the way, health restored. You throughout the game, you just kind of do the one linear thing you can do for the most part. Mm-hmm. So no real like figuring it out. Even the combat's sort of pointless. I think I'd most just praise the artists and designers for their work, because I think that's where the game shines, if it shines anywhere. The book worlds that you visit are all, like amusing snippets of genre stories. So there might be like a sci-fi one and a post-apocalypse one and a fantasy one. There's like you visit one that's like a Hogwarts kind of thing. There are some oddities. Like later in the game, you just stop getting custom portraits for most new characters, which, like, was that a budget thing? You couldn't pay the portrait artist anymore. So it feels its budget in some areas. My big thing is that there's some sort of disconnect going on with the proceedings of the story or with the writing. In the first hour of gameplay, I felt like I was playing a demo where I'm not supposed to have the context for anything, except this is the real game. And I probably should feel like it all adds up, like within the first few hours of the game. And as it goes along, I had so many questions to which the answers would clear up contradictions and confusion that I had. It just seems like, so just to give an example, you find a character who knows the book you're in, like knows what will happen. And multiple times he tries to tell you what's going to happen so that you're prepared for it. But your character refuses to learn that because he just doesn't want spoilers. So naturally I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you want to prepare for what you're about to encounter that may be like deadly? And there's no explanation for why.
Just code.
Stuff like that, feeling like there's no real sense to the characters or world, that happens a bunch. It's all kind of like surface level, lacking context. And I don't think it's a translation thing. The developer is Finnish, but mostly the translation seems fine. So I don't know. I still like parts of the game, but it's kind of rough in multiple areas. If you're going to play it for any reason, play it for just like the fun of the premise going into these book worlds. And it's almost like play it for it being more of a visual novel than an adventure game, based on how much actual like meaning to the gameplay there is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, the Bookwalker. Maybe they'll make a sequel and it'll be
Yeah, I can give you guys
better.
like 8 other better visual novels if you want. Just let me know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess Katawa Shoujo.
Of course.
That was kind of a weird drive-by, but whatever, dude.
You know why I said that? It's literally the only one I've read.
The only one you know. Fuck.
Yeah. I read and I did like 2 playthroughs. Or got 2
All right,
endings
we
in
can't
that.
get into this. We'll get sued. So let's move on.
Hey, that was like 15 years ago. I did that whenever it came out. I don't feel
Yeah, that's what they all say.
like last week. Anyway,